All right, guys, real quick, I want to talk about my experience reading the last book I read, which I gotta remember exactly what it was again. Oh, it was Dead Souls by Nikolay Gogol. Supposedly the very first Russian novel, the very first great Russian novel. I don't know who claims that, but I was reading the book before, which is called Demons by Dostoevsky, which is a very well-known Russian author. Some of the best novels ever written, or written by Dostoevsky. And so I learned about Gogol in that book, as I do from a lot of other books. I'm introduced to a lot of other books by authors that find a purpose in mentioning a good book, whether it be a book of philosophy, or just a novel that they like to put in their novel. Maybe a character was reading it, or there might have been some sort of some little side note, a little number to go reference in the back of the book to see where they had got, where they had got that part, just so it's not plagiarized, etc. I think, or just the translator likes to let the reader know that they're smart and they kind of know where they got that reference, where the main author, the original author, got his reference from. And that's how I learned about these authors. And it was a very short novel. I want to say, I can't remember, maybe like over 200 pages, maybe over 300. It was short. And so the storytelling, obviously, Nikolay Gogol was a great, very detailed in his narration, depicting the scene, the attitudes and the characters of his story. It just shows you good insight to, again, the serfdom that Russia was in the 19th century, the early 1800s. This gives you an idea of the kind of people, the society, the decadence maybe, maybe the desperation, the circumstances, the formality of the people's behavior. Interesting, man. The main character, Chichikov, Sonny Chichikov. My daughter likes that name. I was messing with her when I seen her, so I remembered it. Chichikov. I was calling her that. I was calling her Chichikova. Just messing with her. But he's kind of this scandalous character. Just at the end, like when he was desperate for his freedom, some older gentleman who actually befriended him and saw some good in him told him, like, bro, it just showed the way the author was kind of using that character to like speak truth to the Chichikov, and he used Chichikov as the society, the society. Chichikov personified the society of Russia at that time. And so this person was like, you say, someone of a higher moral character speaking to Chichikov, who was, a degenerate. And at the end, it was like, okay, this is that part. Like, I loved it. I could see why Dostoevsky loved it. I could see, I loved it. I love that book. It was not that long. Read it. It's called Dead Souls. Translated, it probably doesn't sound as bad in Russian, but yeah, it's what it translates to. So it's a novel. It's a story. So peace.